Well, hey friends, it's Miss O'Rourke and we're here with another virtual chat. I'm so excited today for Ms. Zari Suarez, admissions counselor from EKU, to come in and chat with you guys about their offerings. So yeah, thank you for joining us.
For sure, I'm glad to be here. Super excited to share what we have to offer. And hopefully what I have to share will bring you all to EKU.
Sounds awesome. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over and enjoy the presentation.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And I will apologize if you hear my dogs. They like to, once in a while, pop in during presentations. Okay, so like Ms. O'Rourke said, my name is Zari Suarez, and I'm with the Office of Admissions at EKU. I am your admissions counselor. So what does that mean? So that means I'm real. So I know maybe some of you all have already received either an email or a text message from me. I'm not a computer. A lot of students think I'm a computer, just, that we kind of code things and all of a sudden you get this random, e-person. But no, I am a real person. So that means that if you have questions about the college admission process, how to get into EKU, how to apply for scholarships, what kind of scholarships we offer, literally anything about EKU, I am your go-to person. So don't feel like you can't ask a question about student organizations or anything like that because you're intimidated or for whatever it may be. I am your go-to person. So feel free to call, text, email, whatever you have to do to get a hold of me. I will reply back, I promise. So a little bit about our university. So if you haven't been to EKU, I encourage you all to take the trip. And it's a very beautiful campus. It's a small campus. So we have an enrollment size of 15,000 students or so. That does not mean that 15,000 students are going to be on campus at that specific time. It just means it's a combination of our transfer students, it's a combination of our commuter students, and also our first-time freshmen. It's a little bit of both, and it also includes a little bit of our regional campuses, which are in Manchester and Corbin, Kentucky. So it's 15,000 students in total. And also we are a school of opportunity. We really like to say that we are a school of an opportunity because we do offer a lot of scholarships to our first generation college students. And a lot of our students who come to EKU are first time college students. So we really like to pride ourselves in that. We have over 100 career focused programs. So we literally have everything from Asian studies to criminal justice to animal science. Trying to figure out what's another cool one that we have. Forensics. Forensics is very popular. But we are mainly known for our homeland security, our criminal justice, and aviation. I want to say our criminal justice program is number 3 in the nation. So we do get a lot of students. We do get a lot of out-of-state students. I'm also a recruiter for Texas and Arizona. So we get a lot of students from those states who want to come and study criminal justice for undergrad, and then they end up staying for their master's. We do also offer a master's program if you're into criminal justice, homeland security. Like I said, we also offer an aviation program, also one of the best in the nation, right here in Richmond, Kentucky. We do have an honors program. Our honors program is very competitive. The cool thing about our honors program is there has been a lot of changes in the way we do admission process, especially this year during this pandemic. So in order to get into EKU, you don't have to, we're test optional, so you don't have to submit your ACT scores. All you got to do is submit your transcripts and fill out the application, and you're into EKU. And so the cool thing about our honors program is that you can do the exact same thing. So it's not based on a GPA, it's not based on an ACT, but a lot of our students who do apply for the honors program have a GPA of a 3.75 or a 28 on the ACT, 28.9 on the ACT. The honors program does offer that extra little push if that's what you're looking for in college, but also they offer a $1,000 tuition, like a stipend. It used to be a book voucher, but what ended up happening was we noticed that a lot of students in different majors didn't really need $1,000 in book vouchers. Like someone in criminal justice didn't need $1,000 in book vouchers, but someone in forensic science did. So we just are going to do $1,000 stipend while 4 years in at EKU. So you get $4,000 for your 4 years at EKU. That can go towards anything. It can go towards your tuition. It can go towards dorm. If you have tuition and dorm paid for, it's just free money you have. So which is really cool. Our student to faculty ratio is a 15 to 1. I also graduated from EKU, so I'm an alum from there. And so I like to say one of my biggest classes was 4 students and a professor. So it was 5 of us in total. And that was probably one of the best classes I ever had at EKU, because we really got to know our professors. Till this day, I know my professor. I keep in touch with that professor. I think I've like babysat a couple of times for him. So it's really cool because you really get to build that relationship with that specific professor, that specific department. If you are looking into, like, the criminal justice is one of our biggest programs on campus. So like a lot of the classes there will be 25 or so students. But after a while, once you start trickling into the program, those classes lower to a ratio of 20 to 1, sometimes 10 to 1. So our classes are very small. And so it's a very small campus for those who are looking, to be away from home, but stay close to home and build that home community relationship with students and faculty on campus. Our student life, we have over 200 student organizations. I like to say, if there's something on campus that you don't like, go ahead and create it yourself. College is the place where you can come and learn and explore and create whatever you want to create. And so we want our students to do that. So we have a glee club. We have, what else do we have? We have a crochet club, a knitting club. We have a language club. We have Black Student Union. We have the Latino Student Organization. We have so many diverse organizations on campus that you can learn and create friendships, long-lasting friendships from that. We also have fraternities and sororities on campus, and we also offer community services during spring break. We call them alternative spring breaks, where you can go and do some type of service in our country. I know I took advantage of that and did a little trip to Louisiana to help do some cleaning at a historical African American graveyard years ago. And it was really fun. And I got to meet a lot of students, not just from EKU, but from all over the nation. And then we also offer our study abroad. So you can study abroad wherever you want to go. And it's also a very neat opportunity. We also offer athletics. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about athletics. So, but I do know that you get to go to the games for free. So that's pretty cool. We are a NCAA Division I, and we're part of the Ohio Valley Conference. And to be honest with you, I have no idea what that means, because I am not an athletic person, nor do I like sports. But the cool thing is you get to go to these games for free. Any of our students get to go to these games for free. We do have volleyball, we have soccer, we have baseball, softball, and a couple other things. And like I said, I don't know much, but if sports is something that you're interested in, you have a question, well, if I don't know, I will ask. And then our campus recreation. We recently renovated our rec center to offer an aquatic center, a bigger climbing center if you're into climbing, bouldering, which is really fun. It's what I enjoy. And we also have fitness. So if you want to stay, the cool thing about college is you come and you get to learn and try all kinds of things, but we also have to stay healthy, and our campus recreation center offers that for you. We also have adventure trips where you can go on hiking trips with we have a hiking club. We also have group and personal fitnesses, like Zumba, HIIT workouts, all kinds of cool things. So I would recommend take advantage of that. I really enjoyed the campus, our new campus rec center. And then our dining, we have different meal plans that offer all kinds of things. I think our lowest meal plan is $300 or so. And then we have a newly renovated dining hall, which was not there when I was a student. Our dining hall was not as nice as it is now. that we offer Subway, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Moe's. None of that was there when I was a student. So all of this is really exciting. Our housing and parking. So a first-time college student, you are allowed to bring your car on campus. However, if you don't have a car, we do offer Big E Transit, which gets you from one side of campus to the other. I know I said we're not a big campus, but we are. If you've ever been to Richmond, there's like a bypass that kind of goes through campus. And that kind of separates the College of Technology and Business and the College of Criminal Justice and Safety. And those two colleges are on the other side of the bypass. So you kind of need a way to get from one side to campus. And there's not really enough room in between classes to do that. So we have our Big E Transit that gets you from one side of campus to the other. The cool thing about our Big E Transit as well is that on the weekends, it'll take you to Walmart, it'll take you to Meijer. So you don't have to do all that trying to figure out, well, I don't have a car on campus. How am I going to navigate? Our Big E Transit will do all of that for you. We have multiple housing and room options available as well. I like to say we have our standard housing for students. If you want to share a dorm with another person and don't mind communal sharing, that's the place that will be the cheapest housing available. And then we have more of our bougie kind of living options that are more like apartment style kind of thing. And so there's different opportunities, different ways for you to live on campus, and a lot of these are pretty new. They all offer like Wi-Fi and cable and streaming services, which is really cool. So you wouldn't have to worry about, like, if you are living in the more bougie housing, you wouldn't have to worry about figuring out, okay, now I really want cable. How do I do this? Because we offer all of that for you. And then what everybody wants to know, so what does EKU have to offer me, right? And so I always recommend students, go ahead, fill out the FAFSA. If you haven't done so, go ahead and do it now. Now's the time to do it. If you are looking into EKU, our FAFSA code is 001963. And then also know, as you all probably know this, we have different grants, right? So within our FAFSA, we have different grants. So if you qualify for the Pell Grant, all these other things that are through FAFSA, you also qualify for some very neat merit-based scholarships with EKU. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. So recently, we changed our scholarship model. Like I said, we are a test optional school. Our application is free online. And so being a test optional school, we realized, well, our previous scholarship model really didn't take into account the fact that a lot of our students are going to apply without ACT scores. So we had to change our scholarship model, and I'm really excited to share this with you all. So our new EKU merit scholarships are based just on your GPA. So we'll start from the bottom and move up. So if you have a 3.0 or through a 3.29, you get $3,000 for the year. So that's $1,500 per semester. And all you have to do is apply to EKU, submit your transcripts, and this money is automatically given to you. So that's really cool because you don't have to do anything. All you got to do is just fill out an application, and it keeps going up. So if you have a 3.3, 3.79, you get a full 4,000. If you have a 3.0 through a 4.0, you get 6,000. And then the last one is full in-state tuition. So what's the difference between the 3.8, the 6,000, and the full in-state tuition? The full in-state tuition, the difference is that you have submitted your ACT scores to us. So if you have a 3.0 through a 4.0, we want you on EKU's campus. If you have a 28 on your ACT, we want you on EKU's campus. So you get full in-state tuition if you submit your ACT scores and you have an ACT of a 28 or higher, or in a GPA of 3.8 or higher, you get full in-state tuition. That does not include the fees. So we do charge fees like the campus recreation fee. We have to charge a fee for that, room and board and dining. So you would have to worry about fees, your room, your housing, and dining plans. That's all you have to worry about. But we also have additional scholarships that come with this. Like, all you have to do is just apply. So the other additional scholarships is our Madison County Promise, and that's for students who live within in Madison County. We have our Kana Commitment grant, which is up to $6,000. And this one is for students who qualify, who are Pell Grant eligible. So if you fill out that FAFSA, all you got to do is just, if you qualify for the Pell Grant, it's going to come to us and say, this student qualifies for Pell Grant, and you are a part of the Kano commitment. And you have to have a GPA of a 3.0. That's it. And then our access scholarship. This is our access scholarship is for students, diverse students. So all you have to do, again, submit your GPA, you have to have an ACT score of 16 or higher, and this is a $1,000 scholarship. And then our opportunity scholarship is between 1,000 and 3,000, and this is for any student in the state of Kentucky, 2.5 or higher. That's all you have to have. And these scholarships are stackable. So what does that mean? That means if you get the full tuition and you also qualify for the access scholarship, that we're not going to make you choose between full tuition and access scholarship. We automatically stack those scholarships. We also have our foundation scholarships, which you can find at scholarships.eku.edu. These scholarships are scholarships that you will have to apply for. So you'll have to go to scholarships.eku.edu to figure out which scholarships you qualify for. And a lot of the times these scholarships don't ask for ACT, they don't ask for GPA. All they ask is, okay, if a student's interested in forensic science, all you have to do is write a letter, a personal statement saying why you're interested in forensic science. And if you get accepted and they like your letter, well, boom, there you go, $3,000. So all you have to do is apply. And one thing I want to bring to attention is our deadline. So if you are interested in EKU, our foundation scholarship deadline is February 1st. That means you got to go ahead, submit your application to EKU now, and start applying for these scholarships. And then we also have diversity scholarships. So we have all kinds of different scholarships available to students. That on top of our merit scholarships and the ones that I just showed you. So there's ways to pay for EKU. And then finally, our admissions application is free. It's available to anyone, and we have two different admission process. So we have a standard admission, which is we will accept we want everyone to come to us because that's what we're a school of opportunity. We want to give everyone the opportunity to excel and be the best thing they want to be. So the first standard admission is a 2.5 or higher. So you have a GPA of a 2.5 or higher. Success first admission is a 2.0 to 2.49. This just means that we're going to give you a little bit of extra help. Let's say you need a little bit of extra help in algebra, right? We're going to give you that extra little help in algebra, but it's not going to set you back on your college track. So it will not set you back, let's say a year, 2 years, or anything. You will still be on track to graduate within 4 years. We're just going to provide that extra little academic support that you need in order for you to be successful, because we want you to be successful on our campus. Like I said, we are a test optional school. You don't have to submit your test scores. And then what's our enrollment process? You submit your application. You want to submit your FAFSA. You want to make sure you put our school code in there if EKU is what you're interested in. And then you want to apply for scholarships. Like I said, our deadlines are right around the corner. So this is crunch time. This is the time where you need to write those essays. And I'm your admissions counselor. So if you need help writing an essay, if you need help, like, hey, can you look over this? Do you think this would be do you think I should mention this? Feel free to reach out to me, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to read essays. I'm here to give feedback, and I'm also here to guide you through this process and help you understand this big giant admission process. I was a first generation college student. My parents didn't go to college. I was an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. My parents are immigrants. And so we had no idea about this process. And so I know it can be very overwhelming for anyone, regardless of your background. This college process is intimidating, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you break down those barriers and get you where you need to be. And finally, if you want to talk to me, there's multiple ways to get a hold of me. If you want to do a virtual visit to EKU, we can do that. Also, if you want to do an online appointment and just, chat with me, figure out what you want to do, we can do that. We also have live chats throughout the semester that you can kind of plug in. Our next live chat will be about ACT scores. If you're interested in taking the ACT but don't know how it will work, since we're a test optional school, we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And then we also today, if you are interested, we have a diversity live chat today at 3 Eastern time. So it would be 2 on your side. And basically, we'll be chatting with students about, hey, this is what our campus has to offer. Look at our diverse campus, and also our diverse programming that we have for all students. And then finally, this is my contact information. If you need anything, please don't hesitate, reach out to me. I promise I am a real person. I know I virtually I can't be there with you all. If I was there, this would be super interactive. But I am a real person, so feel free to call, text, or email, schedule an appointment with me, send me your essays, ask questions about your applications, because I am here to see you all succeed.
This was awesome. Thank you so much for this information. I loved how you broke it down, and especially, goodness, the financial opportunities for students. It's fantastic. So I think for sure we'll have some students who take interest, and it really helps me to be able to give them some information. Even if we don't get it to them directly. So I can't thank you enough for your time.
You're welcome anytime. And I do want to share one last thing that I left out. So starting next week in November, we'll have a November promotion. So what does that mean? If you submit your application between November 2nd through that end week, you will get $100 towards your meal plan. So it's $100 that you won't have to pay, that is automatically given to you. All you got to do is apply to EKU, and it will be automatically given to you once you are accepted, and it'll just show up on your account. So it's $100 you ain't got to worry about. So, yes.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time and the information.
Yes, anytime. Just let me know how I can continue to help your students.
Sounds great.
Take care.